Now we're going to mark your sentence strip to identify where the accented beats occur. Did we bounce the ball on every beat? Let's think about that. Bounce high, bounce low. No, we bounced the ball on every strong beat or every other beat. So let's identify the strong beats by underlining each syllable where the ball touches the floor. So first we have bounce high, bounce low, bounce. So the first three all happen on the word bounce. The next one is not as easy to figure out. Let's see. Bounce high, bounce low, bounce the ball to shy. So the next one happens on the syllable shy. In music, we use accents to indicate strong beats, to indicate the beats that are stronger or accented. So we're going to put an accent under each one of those underlines. So I'll give you a moment to do that. But let's look at what this would look like in music notation. This would be difficult to track visually. So we've got the rhythm for bounce high, bounce low, and then look at how difficult it's not very clear how we need to track. So let's place a vertical line in front of each accent after the first accent. So there's our first vertical line. The next one's going to come in front of the next bounce, and finally in front of shy. At the end, we're going to have a double bar line. The double bar indicates that we're at the end. Now let's look at the musical example. Look at how much easier this is to track visually. We're reading along and we see how the beats are grouped. Now the next question is, how many beats occur in each group? Let's sing and tap to find out. Bounce high. How many beats was that? Let's try again. Bounce high. That one was 2. What's the next one going to be? Bounce low. So it's consistent. Bounce the ball to shine low. So if we sing it without, let me go back and that won't let me do it. Bounce high, bounce low, bounce the ball to shine low. We've got 2 beats in each grouping or measure. Now we will put a symbol, time signature, at the beginning. That indicates how many beats are in each grouping or measure. The top number indicates how many beats are in each group or measure. And we've already determined that there are 2 beats in each measure. The bottom number indicates which note gets the beat. The quarter note gets 1 beat, and we put a 4 at the bottom to indicate that. So here's what that looks like with just rhythm notation. And look how much simpler that is to track visually. So signature again. The top number, see if you can remember, can you say it before I reveal it? The top number indicates how many bum, 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 beats are in a measure. The bottom number indicates the note that gets 1 beat. A time signature may also be called a meter signature. Meter is the term that musicians use to indicate how beats are regularly grouped, is meter. And here's how we initially show time signature to children. The top number is a number, how many beats are in a measure. The bottom, instead of a number, we would use a quarter note to show that the quarter note gets 1 beat. So here is terminology that we've used in this activity. Beat, the steady recurring pulse in music. Again, beat, the steady recurring pulse in music. Accent, when a beat is stronger than other beats around it. Accent is also a musical symbol. Accent, when a beat is stronger than the other beats around it. Also a musical symbol. Bar line, a vertical line that separates beat groupings according to the regularly accented beats. Bar line, a vertical line that separates beat groupings according to the regularly accented beats. A measure or bar is the beat groupings in music. You'll hear those terms used interchangeably. Measure or bar, the beat groupings in music. It also could be called what's between two bar lines. Time signature, the symbol that indicates how many beats are in a measure or bar. Time signature, the symbol that indicates how many beats are in a measure or bar. Double bar line, two bar lines used to indicate the end of a piece of music. Double bar line, two bar lines used to indicate the end of a piece of music. So consider what we've just done. Let's unpack this activity. First, we did the activity. This is the inactive stage. So we did the activity. We moved to the game. If you were in class with me, we would have bounced the ball around the circle. Inactive. Then we sang the song and pointed at hearts that represent the beats. We were not yet seeing actual music symbols. That is called iconic. So looking at pictures that represent the actual language. When we shifted from underlines to accents and then bar lines and time signature, we were moving into the symbolic stage. The symbolic is actually using the symbols of the language. So in music, that would have been our accents, our bar lines, and our time signature. And learning is stronger when we relate the learning to an activity first. So inactive, iconic, symbolic. This is related or based on Jerome Bruner's theory of cognitive development. You will hear these terms again in this course: inactive, iconic, and symbolic. So here's the breakdown of how we derived how many beats are in a measure. We identified the accented beats. We underlined the accented beat. And then we went back and placed accents under the accented beat. The next thing we did was we placed bar lines before the accents and at the end. After we had bar lines, we identified our time signature by how the beats were grouped. The top number of the time signature tells us how many beats are in a measure. The bottom number tells us the note that gets one beat. So what came first? The living music or the time signature that indicates how many beats are in a measure? The living music came first, and we did that by honoring Jerome Bruner's stages with an active first. We got to experience that the music came first and it fit within the structure of the time signature. In closing, we're going to listen to an actual group of first graders singing Bounce High, Bounce Low.
Bounce high, bounce low, bounce above to shine low. Bounce high, bounce low, bounce above to shine low.
Thinking about time signature, there is more to come. See you next time.